Thank you so much for coming, Ms. Arancha, today.
A real pleasure.
I have a few questions for you, and shall we start?
Let's go.
Okay. How do you think WAW contributes to women's empowerment and gender equality around the world?
Well, WAW shows good examples. Not only identifies the problems, that's the beginning of the discussion, but it also identifies good solutions to the problems we have to connect more women to our economies, to connect more women to our societies, to make our societies more gender diverse. And what I value of WAW is the examples that one can take back home and implement. It doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter the country, it doesn't matter the business, the examples here are transposable. The second thing that I like is the leadership that Japan is taking over empowering women.
Right.
Everybody wants to become like Japan. Every government wants to emulate the development that this country has seen from being purely agricultural to now moving up the technological ladder. And they see this new development in Japan, especially the connection of more women and the empowerment of more women, as a natural next step they also want to emulate.
Thank you so much. My next question would be, what do you expect from the society in terms of maximizing, utilizing women's fullest potential?
Well, you see, there are many obstacles to utilizing women's fullest potential. And for example, in the economy, there are laws that are discriminatory, there are difficulties in accessing credit, there are absence of networks for women in business, but there is one constraint that is very difficult to change. And this is culture, norms, and traditions. And the repeated patterns we see in our societies, they are the most difficult to change, but they are the ones where each and every citizen can make a contribution. You and I and everybody else around us can contribute to changing the stereotypes, to changing norms, to changing traditions, and this softer part that is so important to change, that sometimes prevents us from seeing women in certain roles, from seeing women in certain positions, from seeing women participate in parts of our economic, social, cultural, military life that we need to change. Difficult, but every one of us can make a contribution to change that. So in a way, it's something on which we can unite the entire society.
Thank you. So my last question would be, I'm sure you already are, but what kind of role would you want to play in order to achieve these goals that WAW expects?
I want to be an agent of change. I want to make sure that I can contribute to changing. It's not enough to denounce the current situation. It's not enough to diagnose the problem. We are very good at doing that. But I want to go one step beyond that. I want to change the status quo. I want to change it in my organization, the International Trade Center, making the organization more gender sensitive, achieving gender parity all across the organization, implementing projects and programs on the ground that support men as they support women. I also want to contribute with my voice to raising the debate and making sure that we all find collective solutions that advance gender equality, which is goal number 5 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Arancha. I'm glad we could hear your story today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks to you. And thank you to WAW.
Thank you to WAW.